A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill. That is the coffee company. It is what day? It is cloudy. It's really chilly today. It feels really, really chilly. Last night, first time since obviously spring happened. I needed a blanket. And yeah. Winter is coming. The autumn is now getting there, and yeah, but we're gonna have a fun show today. But before we get to the people in the audience, I want to say from everyone here at the coffee company, I know there's only one of me, but there's my entire family as well. There's everyone involved with the coffee company. I want to say a rest in peace to Mr. James Earl Jones, an absolute legend of the film industry, and most of that, as it says in the title, the voice of every single one of our childhoods. All of us. Like literally, I Googled it today to look at James Earl Jones's absolutely phenomenal film career. The first ever film he was in 1964. He was in a film before Jimmy Greaves joined Tottenham. That's how long and how unbelievable a career that man had. So, from everyone here, our best wishes go to Mr. Earl Jones's family, and I hope that for sure he rests in peace. But we're going to have a fun show today. We're going to talk about Star Wars. We're going to talk about The Lion King. We're going to talk about all the movies he's been. The Hunt for the Red October, one of my favourite films of all time. And we're just going to have a good show. And if anyone wants to jump in, I won't put the link in the chat because I don't wish to do that, because you never know who's in the chat on my show. You just never know. But send me a message and I'll get you on if you wish to jump in. But we're just going to have a good show. But without further ado, let's see who's in the audience to take us through the show. We've got the number one Agambar in the world saying, big up, Ben. I loved Mark Hamill's tweet response. R.I.P. Dad. Mark Hamill just being Mark Hamill. I just love that man. I think he's absolutely fantastic. What a guy. We got Rinketic, YouTube member. Good to see you saying big up. We got Alan Sibley. Good to see a 10-inch. Hi all, YouTube member now as well. A YouTube member. We have Angus is in the house. Good to see her. Afternoon, Tribal Chief. Good to see her. Good to see her. We have Mark C saying afternoon, Ben. R.I.P. James. Absolutely. We have Aki is in the house. Good to see her. Good to see her, Aki. Good morning, one and all. Hope you're all doing good. Good to see you, Aki. Hopefully you're well. I know he said he's pinged me a message saying he is en route. I'm guessing we're not going to talk about that today, Angus. We can talk about that at another point. We can talk about that at another point. Or you can watch Tottenham on Tour every morning at 9 a.m. We have Side Answer is in the house. Good to see you, Sire. Hopefully you're well. Yes, he was in the Big Bang Theory, and it was an absolutely hilarious episode. Absolutely hilarious. We have Lisa Chica. Good to see her. Good to see you. Saying Buenos dias, Chico, and chat. The King of Zamuda. Yeah, absolutely. I finally have to see Star Wars. Yep, you do. You do. You do. We Drew La La is in the house. Saying afternoon, Benny Boy, Coffee Crew, R.I.P. the legend, James Earl Jones. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you teach me? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We have said never seen Star Wars before. That is your own problem. That's not our problem. We have Phillies in the house. Good to see you, Phillies. And big up Ben and everyone watching. R.I.P. the King of Zamunda coming to America, and the great Tulsa Doom and Conan and Bar. Absolutely, so many films. Oh, but we're not going to talk about that. I need to read a message from Nick. Nick sent me a message. Give me a couple of minutes. Boo. Agendason. Here we go. But how is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Field of Dreams and The Sandlot were my faves. Coming to America as well. R.I.P. the great. Absolutely. How many films was this man in? How many TV shows? He was the voice of Maggie Simpson. He was on the voice of Maggie. It was Maggie Simpson. The amount of roles. I need to whip out the Wikipedia page to say. But we're joined by Aki's in the house. Good to see you, Aki.
Good morning, Aki. Good morning. You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's we're having a fun show today. We're having a bit of a somber show, but we're going to have a good show.
Good. I'm very. I can't vape, so I'm going through. If you see me rocking, it's I've woken up and I'm craving a vape, but I can't for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
so I've been scratching so hard, I've scratched my nose open. Look, where is it? There, I've scratched my nose open. I had something there, so I rip. So yeah, I'm just scratching anything, and it's good. It's good fun.
Great stuff. We got Jason Bell's in the house saying R.I.P. Tulsa Doom. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. We got a membership from Lee Smithy Smith saying big up Benji, big up Mr. Shire for the membership. I wasn't here yesterday. Thank him for me, please. But he'll probably be here at some point. Lee Smithy Smith. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully doing well. But this is a film we can actually talk about, Aki, because you, R.I.P. as well to Mr. Simba.
Yeah.
He would have, and it's even you would have seen a film with James Earl Jones in.
Oh mate, no! Listen, first of all, I have seen Star Wars. I've only watched them once, and I'll never watch them again. I was made to watch them in a bet with Alana or a deal with Alana. We traded.
So you actually lost a bet. Alana is good at betting.
It wasn't a bet. We traded. She would watch Fast and Furious with me if I watched the Star Wars. So we kind of traded movie for movie. I'll never watch them again. I don't think Alana will watch Fast and Furious again. Lion King has very, very special meaning for me for many reasons. Obviously, R.I.P. Simba. But also, mate, the first movie and my favourite movie of his is Coming to America.
Yeah.
There's no beating Coming to America. Also, of course, she was in an episode with Sheldon in Big Bang Theory.
Which was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, it's honestly him and Sheldon.
I watched it before the show, and it's so funny. That entire sequence of him going, "You like Star Wars," and he's just like, he's so even Jim Parsons, who is a brilliant. I love Jim Parsons.
Oh, he's incredible.
He's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But even he couldn't hold his. It's so funny going up to Carrie Fisher's house and saying and just knock down Ginger in her, and he's like, "This is not why if it's not funny? Why am I laughing?"
He listen. He's iconic in that, and you've also got the connection with Spurs with the music we come out to.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was one of the most mate. Listen, I'm rocking. If you see me rocking, I forgot what quitting something is like. The next few days are going to be interesting. But yeah, he was. He had one of the best voices, the most recognised voices you could ever imagine. It was like you heard that voice, no matter whether it was for an advert, guest speaking or whatever. You didn't need to see who it was; you could just tell who it was. And I actually saw a few people, like in the top TOT group and everything, people mentioning it. And I didn't even realise. I thought, surely not. And I went and checked on Sky News or whatever news app it was, and it was there front and centre. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he was like that old. I didn't realise he was 93.
Well, he's timeless.
Yeah.
He's timeless. Like, as I said before I brought you in, the first ever film he was in 1964. He was in a film before Jimmy Greaves joined Tottenham.
Mate, it's
that's the longevity of a man's career and how he could. It's unbelievable, and he's like, as I said, he's the voice. Like people that I was thinking this morning that maybe it would only be people in sort of people 55 and down, people that were born in the late 60s, early 70s. No, if you were a kid in the 60s, you were that to the voice of James Earl Jones. That man's voice has been round. It's unbelievable.
Of course, this is a name that has actually. I've seen a lot of people say this one's hit them hard, like proper hit them hard. Like we all have those celebrities or famous people that have passed away. And you're like, oh, that's a tough one. I can't remember who a lot of people have since that person, but this is one that hits. This is a hard one to take for a lot of people.
Because again, it's like I grew up in the 90s, so the biggest film, one of the biggest films of the 90s, was The Lion King. I love The Lion King.
I think it was the first film I actually went to by myself with friends. Yeah, school half term. I think it was either that or Ghost. I mean, look at the kind of films I rocked up to. Ghost and Lion King. What movies to go to as a 13 or 14-year-old kid? But yeah, Lion King always. I loved it anyway, but it has a special meaning for me because of obviously God bless Simba. It's hard for me to, but yeah, that movie was sheer brilliance. Brilliance.
Brilliant. And like they tried to remake it, it wasn't even 10% as good.
Yeah, you can. There's certain ones you can't do. There's certain ones you just shouldn't even recreate. And Lion King is definitely one of them.
And Disney are constantly doing them. Their entire catalogue. But we got a membership super chat from Mark Cousins. He's a member for 3 months. I got one as well. Didn't even realise. But thank you for being a member for 3 months, Mark. Thank you so much, buddy. It really helps us out.
You know, all members, you get this one a month.
Yeah.
You get a free super chat to 150 characters every single month. So it renews on the anniversary of you. Unfortunately, which I wish YouTube would do. I wish it would backdate them kind of thing. So if you didn't use that one that month, you got 2 kind of thing. But yeah, everyone who is a member, you all get 1 free a month. So take advantage of it when you can, if you want to. Because we treat them like super chats. As soon as they come up, they're dealt with.
Yeah, absolutely. When David gets in the chat, make sure to thank him. I think he's going to be in here at some point. We got Mark saying, I think they should have kept the actor's voice that played Darth. He was from Bristol. Get off my land. That means Star Wars would have been a lot more farmer, wouldn't it? If it had someone from Bristol. What's the hardest celebrity? I know Angus is going to say Michael Jackson, and I think you're probably going to say this is one of them. This is one of them for me. I think it's the moment your childhood. I know I'm 30 and my childhood died 12 years ago. But this is like that's the full pivotal moment. Your childhood is dead. It's gone.
So Michael Jackson's the obvious one for me. But I tell you one that really, really hit me hard, and probably the closest one to Michael Jackson was Gene Wilder.
Okay, yeah.
Gene Wilder. I've still got to watch his documentary. Willy Wonka is a very, 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 very special
one, isn't it? That, again, it's the voice of so many people's childhoods.
That movie I used to watch religion. I have to watch it every year at Christmas. That and Love Actually are two movies I have to watch every year. But I used to watch that with my grandparents a lot, Willy Wonka, and also Hear No Evil, See No Evil. I could go on for like Gene Wilder hit me really hard, really hard.
It's everyone put in the chat. What's your what one really hits you hard? Put that in the chat. We have Phil P. Woo! Good to see you, buddy. And Alan is doing the work. Have you seen they're doing a Happy Gilmore too? I think so. I've not personally seen it. We got Jason Bell saying football. I miss Mia. I miss Mia as well. I miss Mia being in the chat. Yeah, definitely miss that laugh every day. But thank you so much for being a member for 6 months, Jason. I can't believe we've had memberships for 6 months now. It's crazy. I remember when I got my memberships. I was in the car with Mickey on the way to Market Harborough. And I got the notification on my phone saying you can now get memberships. I was like, cool.
I'm just doing one thing because I've seen him in the chat. Phil P is with me tomorrow. Obviously, Phil, woo! Yeah. And we said we're going to be promoting his charities that he's doing for his walk. He's doing Saturday. I've just put them in the chat. If anyone is in a position that can help the great Phil, who will be with me tomorrow to talk more about his charities, for the great walk and the great organisations he's doing. They are in the chat for 2 brilliant charities. Good luck to Phil, brother. Good luck to Phil, brother.
We've got another guest joining us, Brian. We've got another guest.
Oh, Blazes, Phil, he was right.
I haven't got mine forever.
It's the Roadman. Hello.
Well, there's no. Is he there?
Well, he's gone.
Okay, so yeah. Mate. Also, if anyone remembers with Gene Wilder, not a lot of people would have seen it, but if people have seen The Frisco Kid,
yeah,
it's one of the funniest movies.
Paul Walker was a lot of people. We have Bobby's in the house. It's Bobby. K. It's Bobby K. Big up, Benny, Brian, and everyone in chat. Mr. Earl, Mr. Jones, thank you for all the wonderful moments you provided. Absolutely. Don't know his name, but he was the Green Cross Code man. I don't know. Never what? Oh, for God, you are worse than Brian Daigle.
Mate. Listen.
You are worse than Brian Daigle.
Willy Wonka is, and I'll tell you what, I normally, like we said with yesterday with Mary Poppins, before Christmas, or was it before? It was before Christmas. Ilana and I went to see the new Wonka movie. Yeah. My God, it's brilliant. My God, it was absolutely phenomenal. But nothing beats. I hated the Johnny Depp version. The Johnny Depp version was crap. Big up, brother. Mate, Blazing Saddles is brilliant. Blazing Saddles is brilliant. But yes, so. What was I saying? Yeah, Wonka was fantastic, but how Rinketic you haven't seen Willy Wonka is beyond me. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah,
that's a big. Heath Ledger was a big one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I loved it. What was that movie? Was it A Knight's Tale that Heath Ledger was in?
Yes, I believe so.
That movie was my favourite one of his.
Yeah.
Mate, that was a quality movie. But yeah, honestly, Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder, Paul Walker, was one. Obviously, Michael Jackson was the biggest.
Here's one as well for me, Chadwick Boseman, because dying of bowel cancer as well. The fact he soldiered through the Avengers Endgame and was able to do that film whilst probably being in utter agony. Because that is a nasty thing to get.
Yeah, I mean, another one that hit me hard, I would say Freddie Mercury, but I was way too young. Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse,
well.
for personal reasons, obviously knowing her, weren't as close with her but when I was growing up, but that, and seeing her a few weeks before, not in the best of places, that was a hard one to take. That was a very hard one to take.
We got Matty Kushner's in the house. Good to see him. Hopefully he'll well. The chocolate factory will be shut down when I'm get off my land.
Listen, Willy Wonka reigns supreme, Mark. I'm sorry to say. Maybe you can bring up a diabetic-free, sugar-free.
I bet Willy Wonka would make a sugar-free chocolate.
He probably would. He can make anything. Don't take away the dream.
Afternoon, guys. Big up in chat. Good to see you, Tom. Hopefully you're well, buddy.
Tom wearing a different T-shirt I see today.
Yeah, absolutely. What about Chester from Linkin? Yeah, Chester.
I love Linkin Park. I wouldn't say I'm a super fan or anything where it hit. The reason that he died obviously hits hard with me because of, again, mental health rearing its head. But yeah, that one was like, oh my God, bolt out of the blue because of his age and everything and the circumstances. But I wouldn't say I was hit hard by that one. George Michael hit me hard.
George Michael, yeah.
George Michael, I was a huge fan of his.
My mum forced me to go to 9 of his concerts.
Oh, mate, I wish I was forced to go to one of his concerts, mate.
They were very good concerts.
Oh, it was probably incredible, mate. It was probably incredible.
This one rocked so many people.
That's exactly what people were saying since Robin Williams. That's a massive one. That's a massive one.
That was horrible. That was a horrible bit of news to get. That was awful that day.
That day when we found out, I was working at the Boris Bikes customer service. So it was in Enfield. We had a wicked best office. I really loved that office and the team. We spent the next 2 days watching whilst we were at work back-to-back Robbie Williams movies, like literally chronologically back-to-back in the office on the big screen TVs. Unbelievable. That was a big one. That, and again, mental health. That was a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Goodbye, Darth. Goodbye. I love Star Wars. I mean,
did you see the Empire State Building yesterday?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a tribute.
Yeah. No less than that man deserved.
Absolutely. Oh, completely.
It's a shame they didn't do Mufasa as well because I love that. It's one of my favourite scenes in The Lion King.
They should have done all 4 with like the Coming to America guy.
Last year as well. The Friends actor. Yeah,
Matthew Perry.
That was like
you've got a Chandler's that hit me as well.
That was horrendous.
That hit me. Yeah, he was my favourite character by a mile in Friends. Matthew Perry, God bless.
I know it. I know the feeling, Ian. That was a really bad. That was a really. The hardest one for me is going to be David Jason. I never want that day to come.
Mate, honestly, the day of that unfortunate day, it will be like a day of mourning for the entire country.
Oh, yeah. Same with Sir David Attenborough. The day Sir David Attenborough dies.
And Sir David Jason. Is he a Sir yet, David Jason?
Was
he a Sir yet, David Jason?
Yeah, David Jason's a Sir.
Oh, he best be. He's been
a Sir for years, mate.
Yeah, David Jason, my good God. My God. That will be an incredibly hard day.
Yeah.
That will hit hard.
Good afternoon, just a harmless potato. Good to see you. Only celebrity death I can see affecting the future is Lisa Ann. For God's sake, Bobby. For God's sake. That makes it worse. Yeah. King Jaffa Joffa was awesome. James L. Jones' monologue in the Field of Dreams about baseball gets me every time. It's such an unbelievable film.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen that one.
Also, how much getting Sean was winning a cup, Laugh Like Man's a bit. Lara Croft, for God's sake. The only celebrity was Michael, no one else, but when server David Jason goes. So Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, the man, again, that's another guy. That's another guy. State Funeral. Patrick
Judy
Stewart.
Dench is a big shout. Judy Dench.
I'm going to bankrupt the country with the amount of state funerals I'm going to get.
Mate, it's that they are big ones.
For God's sake, kudos. He's shut up, Ringetic. You know who that is. The original voice of Danger Mouse and Count Duckula has to be knighted. I don't think they're English, are they? Are the voices of Danger Mouse English?
Well, Maybe. Jason, or is he Penfold? David Jason's one of them.
I believe it's. Here we go. And just to confirm, he has been knighted. He also has an OBE, so he has both of them.
Thank God. He's the voice of a cartoon. I'm sure it was Danger Mouse. I just don't know if it was him or Penfold.
Oh no, it was Count Duckula. It was Count Duckula and Danger Mouse. Okay.
Thank you.
He already has been knighted.
Thank God. Thank God. So there we go. Listen, the man is a legend.
Yeah.
He is an absolute... Put it this way, David Jason is someone that if I could, not that it will happen, if I could, I would fly home for that. That's how big he is. Anyone else, like outside family and friend, but David Jason is someone that he to me... I don't even want to change the subject away from David Jason, please.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about David Jason.
I'm so desperate for him to be knighted. He's already been knighted, so he should be Sir.
He should be Lord.
No, to be a Lord, you've got to be a member of the House of Lords. So that's
well, make him one. If it's good enough for sugar, make David Jason one.
He was a peer of a party. That's. I
don't care. Break the rules.
Terry Scott. No, we're not talking about that man on my stream, Rinketic. Losing any of the Star Wars. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm talking about David Jason that's took over the show. I love David Jason. But...
He is the man.
But I don't know where to take this show. I have no idea where to take this show because my favourite movies that and we'll go through them. What is everyone's favourite movie that James Earl Jones was in? He doesn't have to have been starred in it. Doesn't have to be in it.
Coming to America.
Coming to America. The Carry On Crew. How old is Rodney Trotter? I have no idea how old. What's his name again?
Nicholas Lyndhurst.
That's the one. Not Star Wars, so Lion King.
I have to say, Nicholas Lyndhurst has actually been over here filming Fraser. He's in the reboot of Fraser. Yeah. When I first saw the new Fraser come out and saw it, I was like, that accent sounds... I was like, that voice sounds familiar. I looked at it, I was like, no.
Did he do this? Did he do this in the film with Fraser? He's like this.
Mate, he's gone from being... He's gone from Rodney to being a college professor. Mate, but he's brilliant in everything he does, Nicholas Lyndhurst.
I love that. It's a bick.
The Margate episode is just brilliant.
We got Philly saying Conan the Barbarian is a great film. It's a great film. Conan the Barbarian, Coming to America. How can you have never seen Star Wars? It's
Daniel's a guy out. That's a great. Keep it that way, Dan. Keep it that way, buddy. I wish I hadn't.
Well, the sequel did play Fences and absolutely owned it. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Big Bang Theory. Agree with everything saying, Dave, bro. I'm sorry, Ben. Didn't mean to sidetrack the stream. No problem, mate. That's the beauty. That is the beauty of the Coffee Company stream. You never know who's coming through the door, and you never know what's going to happen on a show. We have Angus saying The Simpsons. Yep, indeed, The Simpsons. We got Rosie's in the house. Good to see you, Rosie. Hopefully you're well, miss. YouTube member saying, afternoon, gents. Hopefully you're well. I am well indeed. Harold Ramis was bad. I loved Ghostbusters. My dad still watches Goodnight Sweetheart. Remember that TV show? I don't remember that TV show.
That was a very good show. Very good show.
Coming to America and The Sandlot. And, of course, Tweaky's done the correct answer, which is The Empire Strikes Back.
There's no correct answer.
It is the correct answer.
Coming to America.
Empire Strikes Back is one of the greatest films of all time. And it's a shame I don't have Kuva to back me up on this one, because he would agree with me. And it's the only thing, one of the only things Kuva and I agree on. So that shows you how good a movie that was.
Yeah.
No. I love Nicholas Lyndhurst. Yeah. Hi, Ben and Brian. He was awesome in The Exorcist too. Good to see you, Jay Ashraf.
Jay.
He was one of the voices for The Lion King, so that's the only film I've seen with him involved. So it'll have to be The Lion. I bet you've seen
Daniel, you need to watch Coming to America. If you like comedies, go watch Coming to America. It's hysterical with Eddie Murphy.
Indeed, Kuva. Admiral Jim Greer is officially buried at sea. Yeah,
Big up, Kuva, brother.
Incredible films. I love those. Was he in Family Guy? He probably was in one of them. He's been in so many things. He was Mufasa in The Lion. I love The Lion King. I'm watching The Lion King after this. Empire Strikes Back is a masterpiece. It is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It just is, Brian. Mm-hmm. Like you yesterday saying I was wrong. Mm-hmm. You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is. The Empire Strikes Back, definite tie between. No, Empire Strikes Back. Coos, you've got the link for the show, mate. Always jump in. Big up, one love indeed, one love, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
He was in Apocalypse Now and Doctor Strange. It's the amount of films he was in. Nicholas Lyndhurst in The Piglet Files, British biker. He's been Coming to America is great. Excellent cameo with SLJ2. He was also a star on this. Absolutely. Was on Broadway as well. How many other actors can you say, Brian, are just that diverse? Everything they do, they're amazing at. So, I mean, David Jason, for example, is one of those that you only really saw him in TV shows, and he was the king of TV. You never really, apart from Miami Twice, which was hilarious in, because.
Sorry, say that again. I just got distracted with the message I was just received. Say that again. What's the question? Sorry, buddy.
How many other actors are that diverse where they're great on TV, they're great in movies, and they're great on stage?
Yeah, he's one of the only ones that got the lot, wasn't it? The four big awards. You've got to be very, very talented to be able to do that. And literally, he's one of those names where you put that name on something and it sells, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've got James Earl Jones or whoever it may be, but obviously in this case, James Earl Jones, no matter what, it sells.
Yeah.
It sells. Where was he actually born? He
was born in 1931.
Yeah, but where? In what part of the world, or America, or?
He was born in Mississippi.
Okay.
He was born in Mississippi. So
I guess where I was getting with that, I guess the town and the city. Thanks, Ian. I guess the town, city, or whatever he's in right now, he's probably got a lot.
New York. He died in New York. He died in New York.
Yeah, but I'm saying his hometown will probably be commemorating it in different ways. There'll probably be roads named after him. There'll be loads and loads of stuff going on.
He was as well. He was a guest general manager.
Oh, for God's sake.
He's done everything. I like Star Wars, but none of the moves strike me as... No, Empire Strikes Back. Not going to lie, I've never watched... For God's sake, Lee. You don't like gravy, and gravy's delicious. Mark Hamill, he played the trickster. How many... there's loads of them. They did a sequel to Coming to America, and that one is funny too. David Tennant is always... Patrick Stewart's another one that can... Patrick Stewart's probably... the number one guy, because he was a Shakespearean actor that took it all to He did TV with Family Guy. He did obviously Star Trek as well, which is Star Trek. It's a global phenomenon.
Yeah,
He did everything. Patrick Stewart's one of those people. Hi, Brian. Did you read the Pleat interview? He recommended Watkins and Bowen, but Darth Vader turned his head.
I've seen a lot of things about that interview and that man, and I'm going to dissect something in a minute when we're off because I've just been sent something else, and I'll have a look into that later. But yeah, yes, it happened many a time with Mr. Pleat.
Yeah. David Pleat, unbelievable scout of talent.
Yeah.
He had an insanely bad... Yeah, he did.
I remember hearing that.
His hometown has a population of 285. What did you think of the solo? I don't think it's great, to be honest, mate. I don't like it. It's not... I think it was okay, but it's not one to write home about. When can we have a Star Wars show where you teach us and Bri about random... We won't, because... What's the point of subjecting someone to something they don't like?
That's
not the idea. The idea is to come in here and have a fun show, and we can have a talk about something we don't like, but we can remember. I can talk about Star Wars, and Brian can talk about Coming to America, which is the idea of showing how.
Yeah, all I will say is Ben trying to do that will be like me trying to get Ben to eat scallops or lobster. Or as Ben has said many a time, when we're together, he's going to sit me down to watch Ghostbusters, and that's not happened yet. So yeah, there are times and places. I've watched Star Wars, the whole lot of them, apart from the last one. The last new one I saw was Christmas 2007. 18, bloody hell, whatever. I won't be watching them again. This is a massive one. When Lawrence Fishburne goes, bloody hell, Lawrence Fishburne, my God, what an actor.
Can't believe there's so many famous actors that have been. WWE it's a great place to be. Levy had more like Palpatine than Vader. Vader still had good in him. Correct. Afternoon, Paddy. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah,
you can do a Star Wars show, Ben. You can force it upon.
Okay. Try and force me to do something I don't want and see how that goes.
Rinketic, you are the worst movie watcher I have ever seen, and I'm next to that guy. I've never seen any movies. You are the worst.
I think my title is up for grabs.
Your title's gone. Your title is gone.
That's insane. But I think I'm a lot older than Rinketic.
That's not an excuse, Brian. When I was 10 years old, I'd watched all the films.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Martin Sheen is fantastic, especially in The Damned United. I love The Damned United. What a great film that is. Sam Waterston, Gary Oldman. What an actor he is. Like, that man can play any role. Like everything from Sirius Black to Winston Churchill, literally. Bill Murray, I love Bill Murray. Bill Murray just reminds me of my dad, or every Jewish dad on the planet.
My dad certainly doesn't remind me of Bill Murray. My dad certainly doesn't.
Use a Jedi room on my roommate.
Oh God, I've got my fucking roommate literally not having my back and throwing me under a bus. Bloody hell.
Not an actor, but David Attenborough passing will trump them all. Absolutely.
I think him and David Jason are on the same par. They are on the same par. And Rosie, do you know what my dad's favourite movie of all time is? The Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
My dad, absolutely, it's one of my favourite because of him. But literally,
Michael Sheen, Martin Sheen is Charlie Sheen's dad, isn't he?
Who's gone? Yeah.
I can't. Too many Sheens.
Too many Sheens, yep. But yeah, Dan Aykroyd, my God.
What's Bill Murray done now? What's he done now?
Who knows?
Who knows what Bill Murray's done? All I know is he's bloody hilarious. The state of Ohio will go into mourning. The state of the world will go into mourning when Charlie Sheen dies because.
My God, my God, that man. All I can say is some of the benders he went on, I wish I could have been part of them. I had some good benders in my day. I had some really good long sessions, but my God, that man hopped them all.
I genuinely thought Richard Attenborough was Santa. Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant.
Who's the Sheen who's always has a drug problem? His brother.
Charlie.
That's Charlie. Why? Is that Charlie? Yeah, that's the one. Charlie Sheen, the notorious. The notorious.
The touch everything.
What didn't he do? What didn't he do, that man? And of course, the reason we named our show Anger Management, because I loved Charlie Sheen TV shows, and I called it Anger Management because of that TV show.
Yep.
2.5 Men was a brilliant.
Two and a Half Men was just it was still funny when what's his name, Walden Smith, and I've forgotten his real Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, Charlie Sheen was just born for that role. The
moment Charlie Sheen left that show, it died.
I won't go as far as died, but it certainly was nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, there's a few episodes on there that I literally was crying with laughter. They're brilliant.
Charlie Sheen was also in. He was in everything.
Chickenpox with Phoebe.
Yeah. Wasn't he drunk when they recorded? Probably.
I think drunk will be the least of their concerns for Charlie Sheen recording.
Yeah. Good to see you, Nick. Hopefully you're well, buddy. Hopefully you're well.
Yeah, big up, Nick.
First sitcom I watched. Really? I don't know. Oh yeah, because you're a young boy. So I forgot Kudos is really young. How's that the first ever sitcom you watched?
Well, some people might not like sitcoms, innit? They might just say, do you know what? I'll sit down. It's like, I've got friends that hate sitcoms, but I made them sit down and watch Gavin and Stacey, and they're like, thank God you made me do this. It depends what people like. There's a lot of people that don't even entertain sitcoms, aren't there? Like I won't entertain certain movies. It's strange.
I love a sitcom. I love a good sitcom.
There's no better thing to do than to laugh.
Yeah. Having Mila Kunis was great on that. William Shatner, absolute legend. Love Will Shatner. Most Jewish man on the planet.
When you say Will Shatner, I just remember the episode he's on of Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
When he gets high off the Novocaine with Will and Colton. It's one of the funniest episodes of Fresh Prince.
He's absolutely brilliant. Phoebe's boyfriend, yeah, they had chickenpox. Yeah, I remember it. And they were itching each other.
Yeah. And they had to get the mitts on. And then Charlie Sheen just bites off the sellotape or whatever tape they had on.
They're doing another series of Gavin.
The final one.
I just don't like James Corden.
Is that, mate? Listen, as a person, he could be a right arsehole. There is no denying his genius, though.
I think he was very good as a talk show host. I loved his talk show, and
he did some great bits on that talk show.
To bring back carpool karaoke, which is what he invented with George Michael, amazingly. George Michael came up with the idea, and he brought it around the world. Will's been in space. Seeing Michael J. Fox, yeah, absolutely. That is heartbreaking. Love Michael J. Fox.
And I have to say, I believe it's not another season of Gavin and Stacey. It's a Christmas special like they did. And it's going to be the one-off. I don't know if it's a season, but I'm sure it's just a Christmas special or maybe Christmas, New Year, whatever.
I'm doing well. Can y'all do me a favour? Go ahead and keep Oasis across the pond. We need to keep the stages clear for good music. What, like Taylor Swift?
Oh, mate, listen. I hope that they come across the pond, and I hope they come somewhere in Canada. Because I will try and get tickets. I very highly doubt I'll get them. Some of my friends that live here, that are from the UK, have got tickets for London, and one of them are Irish and have got it for they're in Dublin, aren't they? As well, they're in
Dublin, and they're being opened by Blur.
Oh, how
That concert will be legendary.
Oh my God! That's trying to say, listen, you, mate. That is the biggest piss take to Blur. Like you thought you were better than us. Now you're going to open for us.
It's not a bad thing. It means they've buried the hatchet, though, right? Which is always brilliant. That it's a hatchet.
Did they really have beef, or was it one of these? Let's get the PR machine going and behind the scenes,
isn't it, Brian?
Exactly. They're probably all mates all the time. They just have beef. I actually hate saying that word beef. And Tom, watch your language with that last comment. Watch your language, Rumi. You've tried to get me to watch Star Wars or whatever it was, and now you're blaspheming bloody Gavin and Stacey. I won't tolerate it.
What are the odds that Oasis turn up there while you're on holiday, Brian? From what I have heard, Oasis will be doing a world tour now. They are, because of the demand, they will be doing a world tour. I think they're going to be doing like 4 concerts in Argentina because of their legendary concert in Argentina.
If they say Toronto next April, I'm going to be like, you absolute bitch.
It'd be typical, wouldn't it? No, but they're not starting until August. I think you're safe.
Okay.
I think you're safe. I know you are, Nick. I know you are. I'm
sure, buddy, of course.
I really hope that I can get in the ballot for that next 2 concerts because it's for me. It's just to tick it off the bucket list. They're playing I think they are playing Glasgow. Watch like Johnny Cash. I like Johnny Cash. Need to see Metallica again before they pack it in. DC still on tour? No, I think they finished the tour. I think they finished it. Brian, Tom's right, by the way.
Don't you start, buddy. Don't you start.
No, Oasis, again, Spurs Stadium's too small for Oasis. And I don't think they would give Levy money. What are the bookies saying? The odds are that it break up. There's definitely odds.
What's the odds? The hotel rooms are about to get absolutely smashed to bits.
Oasis at Spurs Stadium for £500 a ticket. I think at Hampden Park, not sure. I don't know. Which one have got sticks? Neither of them. I know Noel Gallagher's had a divorce, which is a bit costly, but he's certainly not a pauper still. But they, according to many sources, they will be earning £50 million each. Just them two. And that's just them two. It doesn't cover the entire tour, how much money they're going to make. So it's not like they're not going to be paupers by the end of the show. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Everyone's going after Gavin.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Gavin and Stacey is not overrated.
Will Oasis be at Glastonbury?
Everyone has their shows and their opinions, but for me, Gavin and Stacey's not overrated.
Noel Gallagher has previously said that he hates Glastonbury, and he said he would never do it. He hates Glastonbury because of how political it's got. So you would never have seen Oasis at Glastonbury. How is Spurs Stadium too small for Oasis? Because they will fill stadiums 150,000. Not 60,000. 60,000 is not big enough for Oasis.
Yeah, you're right.
Like they need minimum 85, 90,000 to play at a gig. That is it's too small. It's too small. Robin Williams, absolutely. Billy Crystal. I like Billy Crystal, but I agree with you.
Oh my God! Analyze this and analyze that.
Yeah.
Mate, that's a great shout, Billy Crystal. That is a great shout.
I know Oasis because I Wonderwall know other song. You don't even know music either. What the hell is wrong, Rinketic? Is it true that the Rolling Stones are going back on tour? And it wouldn't surprise me, but they've been touring for years. So they would do a gig here and there. Jason's never heard of it.
Yeah. If you don't know, Jason, yeah.
I reckon they'll do Nebworth. So Nebworth is a gig that makes sense because one of their most legendary gigs was at Nebworth. It's like Robbie Williams. When Robbie Williams does a farewell tour, he's got to do Nebworth. Legendary gig.
I was there for that. That was brilliant.
I like Noel's High Flying Birds. They're a good band. I'm not surprised Glastonbury's a shithole. Absolutely it is. absolute dump. When Harry met Sally. Hey, I know I love Sir Elton John.
That's another one when he goes. When Sir Elton goes, that one's going to hit me really hard. Really hard.
I love Sir Elton. Typical Glaswegian. I love Billy Connolly. He's great. He's brilliant. Nebworth is great. Nebworth is a great arena for or a great field. I know Nebworth very, very well. He is sick or something right now. He's not that ill. He might be a bit ill, but Elton John's had a turmoilous life. I don't even know if that's a word. He's come back from the dead to share the world. Elton John's a fantastic person.
Yes, he is.
Seeing Billy Joel and Elton John in Glasgow together, absolutely, it's great. Oasis got loads and loads of good tracks, but Don't Look Back in Anger, Little by Little, my favourite ones. Little by Little's a good one. I heard the names Gavin and Stacey and assumed Spurs signed 2 more generational talents I've never heard of. Eye infection. You'll get over an eye infection. Turbulent. Indeed, that's the word. Disagree. I love Billy Connolly, but disagree.
Yeah, that's a
that is a hot take if I've heard one, Angus.
Yeah.
That is a hot take.
And not at all. You're staying at all patriotic, are you? Are you there, Angus McDowell?
But he lives in Spain. He's like Sean Connery was. I love Scotland, but then he moves to bloody the Caribbean.
Well, mate, it's like me with Canada and England.
It's the difference, Brian. You love Canada so much, you moved there.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm still very, very patriotic when it comes to stuff of England, apart from certain things. But I will always remain patriotic to England.
Kevin Bridges is also very, very good. Blue Jeans, baby, LA Lady, absolutely, mate. Lee Evans is fantastic. I love Scotland, but I moved to Spain. Clearly not that great. Yes, both are great. Absolutely love Billy Connolly. Saw Queen at Nebworth on Magic. Oh, that's probably fantastic. Big up, AJ. Good to see her. Good to see her, mate. Huge respect for the voice of the generation. You'll be missed. Absolutely, mate. The voice of all of our childhoods. Unbelievable. Better, more agreeable weather. You got to take the rough. You got to take the rough with the smooth. Best thing with England is Larry the Cat. Good. Our Queen good with lap. Well, the Queen won't be performing anymore because Brian May has had a stroke and his hand is seized up. He cannot play guitar.
Serious? When did you have
that? A couple of days ago.
Oh shit! Didn't mate. Queen are a big part of my life. What's the band? What a band!
Fair play, Angus. Fair play. I do love Scotland. Scotland is one of the most beautiful countries on the planet.
It was, yeah.
If you've never been, go to Inverness. Inverness is one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. It's absolutely unbelievable. Some of the best food you've ever eaten on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I could very easily live in Inverness, and I'd be perfectly happy. I'd be perfectly happy living and eating venison every single day.
Inverness is beautiful. One of my best mates used to live up there. He became orthopedic, not an orthopedic. But what's Jerry?
Yeah.
What medical thing does Jerry do? Osteopath.
Yeah.
Osteopath. Thank you, darling.
We're best friends.
I know, but I couldn't remember. I said acupuncture of some osteopath. That's what he does. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. You're my wife. You're meant to remember the things I forget.
The memory of Daegu.
Mate, honestly, this is why I think. Mate, after my surgery Monday, I completely forgot. All patched up and all feeling. I've got my next big appointment with the neurologist. So, Monday and Tuesday next week will be fun and games for me. But thankfully, I've got my beautiful, wonderful wife there to remind me of all the things I forget.
AJ son, hope you're doing well, Mr. Daigle. And Benny, your pick. Oh, mate, absolutely shit. Mickey makes all my pictures far better. I don't know how she deals with me. Do you guys think?
What a lovely thing to say, Ben. You're so see.
I don't know how she deals with me.
Yeah, so see, always. That was a great. Mickey makes all my pictures better. She brightens my day. She does it.
Makes all my pictures better. Look at me.
I'm well said, sir. Well said. Proud of you.
Going to Edinburgh in November. Edinburgh's beautiful as well. Edinburgh's a great city.
Tom, when are you going to Edinburgh? Just asking for a friend.
In November.
Yes, but when in November?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just wants to know. Just when.
Yeah. Okay. August. Yeah. But it's if you've never been to Inverness, you should go. One of my dream holidays is I want to do the Royal Scotsman. If I ever become a multi-millionaire, I want to do the Royal Scotland, which is a train that goes all the way through the Highlands as a sleeper train, expecting like ridiculously expensive. That's a dream. Go through the Scottish Highlands on a train.
Yeah, I mean, for the place I went to and spent the most time was Aberdeen. In Aberdeen, although it's called the Granite City and everything is bloody grey, all the buildings, the university there is one of the most stunning buildings I've ever seen in my life. And the view, and it's so weird. It doesn't get dark there in the summer. It's so weird. Weird. But yeah, Scotland is beautiful.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest annoyances that I've ever had is how expensive it is to go to Scotland. If it wasn't so expensive, like if the Caledonian Sleeper, which everyone's heard me talk about on here because I do love my sleeper trains, £500, £500 each way. It shouldn't be £500 to go to Inverness.
Ridiculous.
Country.
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. If you haven't had a deep fried pizza, I'm not having a deep fried pizza. I'm not upsetting the Italians. I love the Italians. Good afternoon, Ben Brian. Good to see you, Adrian. Hopefully you're well. Angus Pizza Crunch. Yeah, it's not. You don't deep fry pizza unless you're making a panzerotto. Wait, is Glasgow expensive? Ask him because it's Champions League day. I don't know. Went to Glasgow once. What a buzz that place has. Shame about the Spyco that I went to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this happened. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, no. I literally the one time I was properly in Glasgow is when me and my friends were on one of our said benders. And we woke up, must have got a train or something, and ended up in Glasgow. Woke up drunk, started again, and didn't realise that it was Old Firm Day of all days. That was an experience. Englishmen trying to stay away from people because A, you're English, and B, it's Scotland, the Glasgow Derby of Rangers and Celtic. That was a interesting trip to Glasgow. But then we got drunk again, so it was all good.
Yeah. Here is the most true statement in the history of the coffee company. Elon Musk's trips to Mars will still be cheaper than British Rail from Dorchester to Leeds. Correct.
And probably run more smoothly.
Yeah. At least it's only £13 now for me to go and see Mickey in the East Midlands. At least it's only £13 now.
Each way or return?
Each way.
Yeah, that was a bit silly of me. I realised once I said that. £13 return to East Midlands. Yeah, that ain't happening.
It's still. I was born in Glasgow. I still live here. I'm 38. Big up. Have you heard of small? No, I've not. Never come to Luton.
Yeah.
Luton's not great.
No, it's not. I used to go to a casino there all the time, though.
I would find it hard to tell you they dislike more people from Edinburgh or the English. They probably dislike me the most. I don't know. I always get well with people from Scotland. I've always had loads of good Scottish customers.
Scottish people in general are fantastic people. Fantastic people. Just when you're a drunk Englishman and it's Rangers Celtic, you're kind of a pinata.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the airport sucks as well. Every time I get on the train, they're on bloody strike. Last time I was in Scotland was 2011. Time to go back, mate. Time to go back. But on that note, guys, it is time to end the show. Brian, talk about the show you've got going on later.
Yeah, I've got two people joining me today. Two new people. I've got Rico Beans joining me and Dan Gaze. We are going to talk Arsenal nostalgia, best moments, best games, best performances, yada yada yada. But there's little bits and pieces of news breaking out, so we will be talking about that as well. But it'll be at the normal time, 6 p.m.
Absolutely. But from everyone here on the Coffee Company, we would like to reiterate our best wishes to the James Earl Jones family, and hopefully they're at peace now with and from all of us at Tottenham on Tour and on the Coffee Company, we would like to give our well wishes. A reminder, if you haven't, please subscribe to Tottenham on Tour, the main channel of us both, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:30 for the Brewing Bollocks podcast with myself, the Cough, the Coov, and the Kang. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Have a great evening. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. Take it away, Aki.
And as always, Levy out.
And if you smell what the Cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.